Hey, so a couple of days ago, I got to check out the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold4 out in the wild, and I've got to say, in terms of upgrades, there are quite a few, and I want to point out the top 5 upgrades you can expect from the Galaxy Z Fold4 over the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. So let's start off with the camera. I think the camera is the biggest upgrade that you can find on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. You're looking at a 50 megapixel primary sensor alongside a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor and a 10 megapixel telephoto sensor. The telephoto gives you 3x optical zoom and 30x space zoom, which is the first time we're seeing space zoom being introduced on a typical foldable smartphone, which I think is a great move. Now, I haven't really had the time to try out the camera because my time with the smartphone was limited, but hopefully if I do get somewhat of a review unit out for me to try out maybe over an extended period of time, I will be sure to compare it with the likes of other flagships or even just compare my usage experience. Okay, so next up we have the software, and I think software is a key player in the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4's experience, and it's got Android 12L, which is a customized special software made specifically by Google for tablets, but now on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. And I think that's a great move because it really pushes multitasking to the next level. You do get things like S Pen support, although I wasn't able to test this out. The S Pen wasn't available for me to try with the Galaxy Z Fold 4, but I think multitasking on the overall with floating windows, with split screen, and now also this feature where when you click on one application, your main sort of applications that you have as your main screen, the ones that you have on the bottom, they sort of shrink towards the navigation button so you can always access your favorite applications wherever you are. And I think that is a great move. So good job on Samsung for the software, and it goes hand in hand with the hardware as well. Inside, you're looking at the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset, which is also what you get here in the UAE, alongside 12 gigabytes of RAM and up to 1 terabytes of storage, depending on what memory configuration you go for. There is no micro SD card expansion. There's also a 4,400 milliamp hour battery on the device, which means 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes, although the charging brick and the charging accessories are not included with the box. They will be provided and sold separately by Samsung, as has become the trend over the last couple of years. All right, and before I wrap up this video, I do want to touch upon the other things you get with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, which is number 1, IPX8 certification, which is great for a foldable smartphone to have, and the base sort of usage experience. It's a 6.3 millimeter sort of design, so very thin and lightweight in the hand, and about 260 grams if I remember correctly, and it doesn't feel that heavy, so the weight distribution is done pretty well. You've got Corning Gorilla Glass Victus all across, a very premium feeling, and the base specifications of the display are pretty much the same. It's a 7.6 inch Quad HD Plus panel, foldable with 120 Hz on the front, and a cover display of a 6.2 inch HD Plus panel, again with a full 120 Hz. The bezels are slightly smaller on the cover display, but aside from that, when you hold the Galaxy Z Fold 4, it seems very familiar to what you'd have with the Galaxy Z Fold 3, which I don't think is a bad thing because the Galaxy Z Fold 3 was way ahead of its time. I also want to address the elephant in the room, which is that the under-display camera also makes a return on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Samsung says that this is improved over the Galaxy Z Fold 3, but I cannot comment on that until I get to try it out in the near future, and hopefully I'll be able to do so. But initial impressions in the dark room that I was filming in, I feel like the quality bump is there, but it's not the same level as the 10 megapixel selfie camera you get with the cover display. So you have to keep in mind that there will be some sort of a disparity. So yeah, those are generally my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. Yes, it is an upgrade for a lot of people, and if someone owns a Galaxy Z Fold 3, they might think once or even twice before spending that extra money on the upgrade. But I think if you're into the camera ecosystem and want the best of every world and the best camera sort of system and apparatus, I think the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is one step closer to its Ultra lineup, and I think it will perform pretty similar to what you get with the Ultra lineup. Let me know what you guys think about the smartphone down in the comments, and let me know if you want to check out the smartphone or want me to check out the smartphone for you guys in terms of a review. And if you do, I'll make sure that happens in the near future. Thanks for watching. This was Vaibhav, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.